Okay, on number 15 on your review, it says factor the expression. So we have the expression n squared minus 7n minus 60. So first we will identify our a, our b, and our c. So it's already in the ax squared plus bx plus c form. So we can go ahead and identify them. A is 1. There's nothing in front of the n. B is negative 7, as C is negative 60. Now we're going to draw our x. At the top of the x, we do our A times C, so 1 times negative 60 is negative 60. At the bottom of our x, we put our B, which is negative 7. On the sides of our x, we're going to put numbers that multiply to give you negative 60 and add to give you negative 7. So let's go ahead and write our factor pairs of negative 60. We have 1 and 60, 2 and 30, 3 and 20, 4 and 15, 5 and 12, and 6 and 10. So we want to have one of these to be negative because a negative times a positive will be a negative. To determine which one, we look at our b. Since our b is negative, we want our bigger number to be the negative one. Now we're going to take the difference between each of these. Whichever one gives you a negative 7 is the one you would use. So go ahead and take a look. Which one do you think gives you a difference of negative 7? Okay, if you chose this factor pair, that is right. Negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. So that's the ones you're going to put inside your x. Now you're ready to write your box. So at the top left-hand corner, you put your first term, your leading term, which is n squared. In the last box, the lower right-hand box, you're going to put your c, which is negative 60. In the two middle boxes, you put the two found factor pairs, because that is the decomposed form of b. So we're going to put plus 5n and a minus 12n. Again, these two, it doesn't matter which order you put them in. You could put a negative 12n right here and a plus 5n down here. Now you're going to take the GCF of n squared and plus 5n. So we could go ahead and write that. GCF of n squared 5n. So with our cake method, we're going to look at what can we divide out of both of these terms evenly. Now, 1's the only number you could factor out of this, but they both have the letter n, so you can factor out an n. So now you're going to divide both of these by n, and you're left with n plus 5. Your GCF is the product of all of the numbers on this side. So it's just n. So that's what you're going to put right here. The bottom, your n plus 5, that's what you're going to put right here above the box. And for this last term right here, we're going to determine what times n would give you negative 12n. That's negative 12. And if you're not sure if you got the right ones in the box and on the outside of the box, multiply the numbers together, see if you get the correct thing inside. So n times n is n squared, that works. N times plus 5 is a plus 5n. Negative 12 times n is negative 12n. And negative 12 times positive 5 is negative 60. So our factored form will be parentheses n plus 5 and parentheses n minus 12. So you could put these two binomials in the other order. You could start with n minus 12. Either answer is acceptable. So let's go over the steps one more time. So step 1, general form. Step 2, determine your a, b, and c. Step 3, draw your x, do your a times c, your b, and your two factor pairs. Step 3, write your factor pairs of your a times c. Step 4, you're going to determine which of these factor pairs actually adds up to our b. Step 5, you're going to draw your box. Step 6, you're going to factor out the GCF of the first row. And step 7, you're going to determine what number goes here. Step 8, that's your answer. If you're to find roots from here, you would just set each binomial equal to 0 separately.